Good morning, everybody. In today's section, we are going to see another important and interesting topic known as sericulture history. Just before dealing with the first initial topic known as history of sericulture, it is very much important to know certain introductory topics. Then exactly what is sericulture? Sericulture means it is a commercial way of rearing silkworms for the production of a very valuable thread known as raw silk. These particular silkworms, they get classified into four important groups. The first one is known as mulberry silk. The second one is known as Muga silkworm. The third one is known as Tassar silkworm. And the last one is known as Erie silkworm, of which the first, known as mulberry silkworm, is been commercially been reared on a very large scale to produce a most commercially used product known as mulberry silk. It has been produced from a silkworm known as Bombyx mori, and of whom the host is commonly the mulberry, which is been known as Morus alba, whereas the second culture is known as Erie culture, of whom the scientific name of silkworm is Samia pintaria ricci. Its host is Ricinus communis, and it produces a silk known as Erie silk. To that comes the third culture known as Tassar culture. The scientific name of the silkworm is Antheria papi. It feeds upon the host known as Terminalia arjuna, which is known as a Arjun plant, produces the most weakest of the thread, which has less luster but has a high tenantic value, known as Tassar silk. The last silk culture is known as Muga culture, under whom a Muga insect known as Atherinia asamensis, of whom the host is Lithicia polenta, which produces least amount of silk but having the richest lustrous value, hence known as the golden silk, as it is golden in color, and commonly known as Muga silk also. So these are some of the introductory topics regarding the sericulture. Now we will see the history of sericulture. It is a very interesting and a very clisty history about sericulture. Initially, this was the culture which was been a national secret of China, as this government was been totally ruling upon it, and it was been first time introduced by a queen whose name was Ho Chi Minh, and she was the queen who kept it as a secret for a very long duration of thousands of years. Mostly 400 years back, sericulture was been introduced in India, and now it is been flourishing as a very important woman employing agro based industry, which is covering nearby 7.3 millions of people all over our country. Now we will see the most interesting history regarding the discovery of silk. As I told you that sericulture was a very secret agro-based industry in China, which started very late back in 27th century BC. During the Roman empires, this silk was being sold by this particular Chinese on the weight basis of the gold, that much value it had all over the world. these Chinese people domesticated the silkworm and started feeding the silkworms with the mulberry leaves. The unwounded silken cocoons to be produced were being reeled by long strands of silk fiber, and these viable fibers were being credited first time accidentally when a queen named as Zi Lingxing was a bride of an empire known as Hong Li, sitting in her garden just below one tree, and her waitresses brought a cup of tea which was been told by her, and she told her to keep it just below the stand. And she was gardening that particular area, and she lost that she had told to bring the tea. During that period, one of a structure felt in the hot teacup, but after few period, when she recognized that she had told her waitresses to bring the tea, she went towards the tea and saw a very surprising thing floating on the hot teacup. And when she told her waitresses just to remove that particular fallen thing in that tea, it started removing a thread like structure which was later on being recognized as the most valuable thread known as the silken thread. Hence this lady was been later on named as Yellow Emperor. This culture was being tried to be robbed by several different countries as it was a very unique culture. In later 555 AD, one of a Buddhist monk in her wife's garb tried to smuggle two species of silkworms, and that was the first outdoor movement of this particular culture from China to other countries. Later on, this sericulture started spreading to different countries, and in 6th AD there was a first silk factory been established in Istanbul, which previously was known as Constantinople, which is in Turkey. Later on, in the period of Kanishka, that is in 56th BC, the word silk was being introduced. In the later period of 1688, few of the French traders spread this culture to different countries such as England, Italy, France, and Brazil. The first manual regarding sericulture was been written by J. Cobb in 1831. Hence, this particular individual is also been known as the father of sericulture. Later on, in India, for the first time, the technique of commercial rearing of silkworm was been introduced by Sir Lefroy in 1905 to 1906, which later on spread all over the country. Hence, Sir Lefroy is also been known as the father of Indian sericulture. Then exactly what is silk? Silk is a secretion which has been emitted from the mouth of the silkworm, having a natural proteinous thread-like outlet from the silken glands, which is been emitted by two proteinous content, one of which is known as the fibrons, which covers nearby 75% of the total area, which is been present in the center, which emits tenacity to that particular thread, whereas the sericin, which is the outer sticky material like coating on the fibrion, which gives shininess or luster to that particular thread, giving 25% of the original content. This particular silk is resistant to mineral acids except sulfuric acid, which dissolves in it. This particular silk is yellowed by the period of precipitation. So friends, this is the end of the first section regarding sericulture. Meet you soon in the next section. Till then, goodbye.